Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer review. Hope you're all well. It's been a beautiful week. Hopefully it's going to be a beautiful weekend so you can all have a good one. I'm working this weekend as it happens. Obviously I've worked today. It's a Friday. It's looking like the job that I'm on is going to be might only be half day tomorrow, half day Sunday, but it's a bit of one of them awkward sort of jobs anyway. So there's me just being nosy out the window. Ignore that. So yeah, like I say, hope you all have a good weekend. Hope you're all going to have a few beers and enjoy it. And I am back with another beer review. And it's another one out of the Beer Hawk box that I got from the Crate Escape in Huddersfield. Now, these are pretty much the only beers that I've got in the house to actually review. I've got quite a few just sitting there. Tell a lie. I've got three Imperial Stouts to do, which I'm trying to age. There's a lot of other beers just sitting there. Sorry, I'm being nosy. I've got a lot of beers just sitting there that I can just drink willy-nilly as and when I like. But yeah, I've probably only got about 10 beers at the most in the fridge for review. I've got a brew in the pinter currently at the moment. Obviously, as soon as that's brewed and what have you conditioned, but that's I'm leaving that for a while. So we are cutting down on the reviews, and the ones that I've got at the moment are going to be a lot of the ones out of the Beer Hall box. Talk about go around the fucking houses. That was a nightmare. Anyway, the beer we have got, it's a Beer Hawk box beer. It's from AB InBev. It's brewed in Germany. I've reviewed it on Perfect Draft. Great beer on Perfect Draft. I've reviewed it out of the bottle. It's a great beer out of the bottle. But I am interested to see if this version of it is any different. So it's not really a review of a beer that you need to sort of worry about, but it's something that I just want to do. My good lady's just walked in. Funny enough, I thought she walked in before, but she obviously hadn't unless she'd gone somewhere else. So the beer we are looking at in this beer review is from Franziskaner, and this is a bottle of their weissbier. It's coming in at 5%. It's in a 330ml bottle. The best before date is the 10th, 2023, and it says gebrüht in München. So I'm guessing that is brewed in Germany. So I'm just very curious. The bottle is a different shape to what we get over here. It's a smaller bottle to what we get over here. The ABV is the same. The bottle cap is slightly different. I'm going to show you that anyway. So I'm just curious to see if the beer is actually any different. So like I say, it's more for fun or just as experimental purposes or scientific thing or whatever you want to call it. So shut up. Got it out the fridge about 5 minutes ago before I started waffling. So let's get her in a glass and see what we get. Like I say, it's a great beer in its own right. It's pretty much the benchmark for German Weissens for me. I didn't do the old stop pouring and then swirl the glass around, so there's probably a lot of sediment set in there. So I'd probably, a lot of flavour left in that bottom of that bottle. So I've probably not done it any favours, but beer in a glass. It's looking a lovely colour, lots of bubbles going up. Yeah, it was a vigorous pour, but you've got a good, just over a finger of white head. It's a hazy sort of amber colour, if you want to call it that. Typical Weissbier look. It looks decent. If anything, it looks a little bit darker out of this bottle than I recall from the PD. But looks good. So let's dive in on the nose and see what we get. Oh, wow, yeah. Do you know what? Banana milkshake, clove. I'll tell you what, sometimes I wouldn't have thought it would have been that strong. I smelt the one out of the shops that we get over here. This definitely has more depth on the nose. It has the same aromas, but it just feels a little bit heavier, a bit more depth on the nose. It smells bloody lovely anyway. So, let's stop waffling. Dive in, Franziskaner Weissbier. Possibly the German bottle? I don't know. Cheers. £1, by the way. That was £1 a bottle. Oh, wow. And I would swear that was different to Perfect Draft as well. I would swear that was slightly different. I've said that about a few of these beers. As you know, as great as they are in perfect draft, and then you try the British stuff and they are much better. This feels different. This feels different. A beautiful body on it for 5%. That is a beautifully weighted body to it. You know, it's not going to weigh you down, but you know you're drinking something. You can feel it when you drink it. It's got a creaminess about it when you drink it. Really smooth, banana, bubblegum sort of feel to it, if you like. Well carbonated, but still a beautiful mouthfeel. Nice and soft. This just feels that little bit extra punchy than the PD. I don't know. Is it me? I don't know. But that's how it feels, and I've had that experience with a few of the beers I've done out of the Beer Hawk box. On the taste, this one, again on the taste, you get banana, you get clove, you get the wheatiness. For me, what I get from a wheat beer, it does feel very sort of wheaty, but I also get quite a big sort of malt feel in there. Now, to me, I don't know, it just feels like that malty feel in the beer, excuse me, that I get in taste. You could look at and say, is that adding a bit more weight to the beer? And to me, it feels like it. It really does feel like it. That is just fantastic. And like I say, that genuinely feels a better beer than Perfect Draft. And I don't know, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's in my head. I would say generally the first pint or two you get out of the PD are the best beers you're going to get out of it. For some reason, once you get rid of that little bit of it, built up gas maybe and what have you, they start feeling a little bit lighter. They're still very good beers, don't get me wrong, they're still really good beers. So maybe having a bottle just gives you that first pint experience that you get from a PD, or first or second pint experience from a PD, until it starts sort of dying down, because you're always getting that beer that has just been opened. I don't know, but it's got to be said, like I say, I don't know if it's any different, but on this occasion, on this review, Franziskaner weissbier, that I think is possibly, like I say, it's probably all brewed in Germany, I don't know, but somehow this one feels like one of the bottles that you would pick up in Germany, and my God, it feels fantastic. That is a really, really decent beer. And for £1, which is what I paid for it, in a box, obviously, I haven't just paid £1 for it. I've bought it in a box of many different beers. But yeah, that is a fantastic drop. That really is. Would I recommend that one? Well, I'll tell you what, if you're out in Germany, Belgium, wherever you might see that shaped bottle and that beer, and if it's got that bottle cap on, there we go, which is different to the UK stuff, my God, give it a go. Absolute banger of a beer. So there's my thoughts on the Franziskaner weissbier. Maybe the German one, whatever, I don't know. I don't think, well, it's different. It's just a great beer. Let's stop waffling. Thank you all for watching. If you happen to have had this shaped bottle, what have you, let me know. Hope you enjoyed it. Enjoy your weekend. I'm going to be working, like I said, and I'll see you again soon on another beer review. Cheers.